After about 15 job applications over the summer, guys, we're still here at Stoke. Luckily, I've still went about it as if I was going to be Stoke manager. I've still bought players, I've still negotiated transfers and all of that, and I think we have had a bit of a decent summer. I've never been so tempted to resign in this series as I have been over this summer, because Stoke keep turning down teams' approaches, so we just can't go anywhere at the moment. The best we've had is an interview with Sporting Lisbon. We also had an interview at Real Sociedad, but most teams just reject us without us even having a chance. But season 10 of the Journeyman, we're still at Stoke City, and we still have Paul Glatzel. Hey guys, welcome back to Small Football Manager 2018 in part 1 of season 10 of the Journeyman. It's crazy to think that we've already reached 10 seasons in the Journeyman, and we're still at Stoke City. This is going into our third full season, so our final season according to the rules of the Journeyman series that I posed at the start. We're only allowed to spend 3 years max, unless there's extenuating circumstances. As I said, you know, if we qualify for the Champions League at the end of the season, I might well give it another crack. But oh no, I've applied for everywhere under the sun, really. I think Napoli came up. We applied for a few English clubs. We applied for a few Portuguese clubs, French clubs, Spanish clubs. Anyway you can think of. I think even Ajax I applied for, and just getting nowhere with applications, and I don't really understand it. If you look at our reputation, almost 3.5 stars now. We've got decent attributes, and you know, we've done decently as a manager. We haven't done badly. You know, at the end of the day, we've ended up being at Stoke for 3.5 years. After starting at Blyth Spartans, we got sacked after 6 months there, and we've had a meteoric rise up the leagues, really, and it is a shame that that sort of form isn't continuing. We seem to be stuck at Stoke at the minute, but that's just the way it goes. I will take you through what happened the last couple of matches of last season. Obviously, we ended things off when we went down 3-1 to Leicester. Things didn't really improve from there. We lost to Southampton 4-3 despite a Paul Glatzel hat-trick. We drew 3-3 with Blackburn. This was a really, really poor result. Blackburn, one of the teams that went down in the end. Watford, we beat them 3-1. That was a good result. And then we lost on the final day of the season 5-2 to Brighton and Hove Albion. A really poor performance there. But we have been busy boys over the summer. I've spent everything that's been given to us just to try and breathe a bit of fresh air into this side. So first of all, we will have a look at the outs. The first one of the summer had the potential to cause a lot of problems. Reece Nelson, I didn't want to sell him, but he came to us and said it was his dream move to go to Chelsea. He had such a good year last year, 17 assists and 5 goals, a 6.96 average rating. And I said, well, if Chelsea come in with a £26 million offer, I'll let you go. What did they do? They came in straight away for a £26 million offer. Suspicious much? And he had to go, unfortunately. We also sold Harry Lewis, simply because, you know, he came in for a few games last season, wasn't much better than Delgadillo. We have let him go now for $3 million. We've pretty much doubled our money on him, so I see that as a good performance. Sanabria has gone as well. He's gone on loan to Cerro Portino, I guess it is, where obviously he started his career, and you know, last year he didn't have a good season at all, let's be honest. So hopefully he can go and find his form, and that was all part of a bit of a revolt in the dressing room, I guess, because we try to get rid of Mina, and then Devlin and Sanabria were very unhappy with that. So I thought, better than keep them around, let's just get them out of the club for now. So Dave Devlin went to Hamilton for 475k, not really enough, to be honest with you, but hey ho, you know, he didn't play that well when he played for us anyway. Danny Ings came to me and asked for a new challenge, so he's gone. 750k to Girona. I'm sure he'll do a good job there, but he is getting old now, and he did only score 5 goals last season. So, yeah, Danny Ings is gone. He's been a bit of a stalwart at Stoke and done very well, and he's gone. Josh Timon had a very terrible season last year for us, and he came to us, wanted to go to Leicester, who were in the Champions League, by the way, and we sold him to there for 3.6 million. It could go up to 4.5. You know, at the end of the day, he wanted to go. There's nothing I can do about that. He did have a wonderful year, the year that we performed above and beyond, but I think we've got a good replacement in anyway. Aforementioned Mina, he's gone to some sort of Qatari team, I guess. Is it Qatar? China, actually. Fair enough. So he's gone to China. Another one with a really poor year last year, despite performing brilliantly the year before. About time he went. And on the ins, this is very interesting. I think we've spent our money well. We've pretty much spent what we brought in, and I think we've made some really good signings. Ben Chilwell was the first one. This is why I was happy to let Josh Timon go. He's 29 years old. He's an English defender. He's come in for 3.4 million, which is nothing really. He's played regularly in the Premier League for Everton the last few years, and hopefully he can step it up to the next level over the next few years here. We also signed Rob Holding from Man City. He's 30-year-old now, but he's got very, very good attributes and has played fairly regularly for both Arsenal and City, but I think he is ready for a change and to play a full season this year. He joined Man City for 37 million a couple of years ago, so 14 million isn't too bad at all. We also signed Enes Unal from Tottenham Hotspur, got some very good attributes again. He's 29 years old. He joined Tottenham for 14 million last year. I think he was playing on the wing a lot of the time. Hopefully he can come in and score the goals that he was in Turkey and I guess that's Greece and the Bundesliga and in Holland as well. So he is a goal scorer, and I think if we can unlock his potential, that's a good signing. The assistants brought in a couple of signings, Ronnie Rook and Derek Egan, and then we signed Son Heung-min for 1.1 million. I think this is a bargain. He's been playing in the MLS the last 3 years, but before that was a regular for Man City, as well as Tottenham before that. So I think he's still got untapped potential. He is 34 years old now, so probably in his last year, but still has a little bit of pace about him. Definitely got the flair, and hopefully, just hopefully, he'll be a good signing and a good replacement for... Who did we replace? Who left? Reece Nelson. See, we forgot about him already. And then we signed Paul Glatzel on a season-long loan from Liverpool. This time we've actually got the option to make it permanent. If you look at this, £18 million. Liverpool yet again letting him out on loan. Much cheaper this year than it was last year. A quarter of the price to loan him for the season. So I am absolutely fine with that. Paul Glatzel, we all know what he's capable of, and I think he'll have another good year. Tom Lindley has come in from Leicester. This is more of a one for the future, but he is a decent player and he might feature a little bit this year. Jesse Price, we've brought in from Arsenal on loan. He's 19 years old. He's already got 2 caps for England. He looks like a very good player. He's actually described as a wonder kid right there by the media. So if we can get the best out of him this season, we could be making another Paul Glatzel here, but at right back. We also signed Lewis Wright. I think that was the assistant. Yes, he came from Fulham. I don't even know who he is. And this is one that I brought in on deadline day, and I think this could be a good signing. 24-year-old Colombian Jonathan Salazar, 9.25 million. I just thought that was a no-brainer. He joined Man City on a free a few years ago. Didn't actually play a game for them, but he's been out on loan the last few years. Has always played pretty well for them. And he comes in equally as good as Neres, may even be a little bit better. But he has the potential to become a leading Premier League right winger. And I think that has been a good transfer window for us. And that has shown in the pre-season friendlies. We've won all but one of them. Club Brugge was the one team we didn't beat, and that was very early on in the pre-season. Neres and Carvalho scoring there. But some good form from the likes of Unal, Neres, even Ugarte scoring a couple of goals. Paul Glatzel, the one worrying man in pre-season, but hopefully he'll be fine today. We are going to start the season the way that we finished 7th in the Premier League. We're going to keep going with this 4-4-2 wide and just keep attacking. I know it didn't really work last season, but I'm hoping that with the addition of some more attacking players, hopefully a bit more of a solid defence this year, we might be able to crack it. But we'll just have to see. We have promoted a few from the youth team, and I'm sure we'll be seeing plenty of them over the season. So let's have a look at the team for today. We've got Delgadillo in goal. We've got Price, Mustafi, Holden and Chilwell in defence. We've then got Rizvanovic, who returns from a brilliant year in La Liga last year. 13 goals and 14 assists. He slots straight into the midfield alongside Super Mario. And then Neres and Son Heung-min will start behind Paul Glatzel and Enes Unal up top. A much changed side, fresh impetus, a little bit younger a side as well. And hopefully this is going to be the start of the new era. We need to get our reputation up even more this season so that we can move on at the end of the season and get a good job. I know you guys want to see a new club. I do as well. It's just been so frustrating applying for jobs, not getting anywhere with them. But that's the nature of Football Manager, you know, and that's what it is in real life as well. It is very difficult to go and get jobs. That was a decent start, nice and fluid attacking football there. And Enes Unal may have had a chance on a different day, but he didn't. And alas, it's still 0-0. Here's Santalan, forward Dahlberg. Man City are a very, very good side, and this is a very tough start of the season, admittedly. And it is going to be tough. We're probably going to get beat. We're probably going to get beaten quite badly. But if we can somehow get a couple of goals today, maybe get a score draw or something, and just take some positives into the next match. We're playing Arsenal as well, and then is it Chelsea? I think it might be Chelsea. So we're playing three of the big guns in the first few matches, which is a little bit unfair, but that's the way the fixture list panned out, and you know, we just got to deal with it. We just got to deal with the fixtures we've been given and try our best to do our best. Here's Dahlberg. Dahlberg gets it into the middle. Meda now over the bar. Whew. That was close. That was very close. Oh, he has Dahlberg off the post, and Man City have pretty much dominated that first 10 minutes. 7 shots. Only 1 on target. Here's Price. Now Glatzel. Glatzel on the ball. Gets it wide at Son Heung-min now. Against his former team, of course. Here's Rizvanovic. Ooh, Santalan. Forward to Dahlberg. This is a chance. Good tackle. What a tackle by Rob Holden against his former club as well. We're pretty much purchasing the Man City rejects is the word I'm looking for with this side, because obviously you've got Salazar on the bench as well. I don't think any more of those played for Man City. Enes Unal played for Man City. Son Heung-min played for Man City. Rob Holden played for them. A hell of a lot of Man City players. Another contractor, a bit of business, I guess, is a new 5-year contract for Delgadillo. You know, I criticise him a lot, but there's not much better out there. I just wish he kept more clean sheets. That's my worry about him. Here's Son Heung-min though. Oh, that was a chance. That was a big chance. De Bruyne now to Saul. Come on. Come on. Dahlberg gets it forward to Santalan. What a chance this is, and it's 1-0. Guillermo Santalan breaks the deadlock, I guess. Oh, that's annoying. That is annoying. And it was a lovely ball from Dahlberg and just electric pace from Santalan. And it is 1-0 Manchester City. Now then, can we get a goal back before half-time? That would be the ideal scenario. Here's Morrow. Now Guerrero. Guerrero on the ball. Oh, Rizvanovic cuts it out. Here's Enes Unal. Glatzel hits the post. Whew. That was all out of nowhere, but Rizvanovic getting the initial interception, starting it all off. Brilliant stuff. That's what I've got to say to that. 1-0 Man City at half-time. I'm quite happy with that. You know, Man City finished second in the league last year. You know, the days where we beat them 9-1, that was just a fluke. We know it was. And we're not going to do that today. But what we can do is restrict them and create some chances of our own and play some nice football. But you know, I don't know how Man City didn't create a good chance from that. Here's Guerrero. Oh, good tackle by Rizvanovic again, who's looking a little bit dangerous. It's 2-0, but Rizvanovic looking good, I've got to say. But this doesn't look good. It really doesn't. But then, yeah, you know, people will say you shouldn't be going attacking away to Man City on the opening day of the season. But my response to that is, you know, you put 10 men behind the ball, Man City score one, what do you do then? You know, we could have quite easily scored a couple of goals early on, put Man City under pressure, and then put the 10 men behind the ball. Here's Glatzel. Into the middle, it's Enes Unal, and he's scored on his debut, and it's 2-1, and there you go, we're back in the game. Paul Glatzel with a lovely assist there. Neres with the ball forward, and Paul Glatzel with a pinpoint cross, and Enes Unal puts it past the keeper to score against his former club and get us back in the game. 2-1. Come on, lads. Here's Sergey. Now Tar. Jonathan Tar. Dahlberg hits the post. That was close. Now then. Super Mario not having the best of games, so I'm actually going to take him off. I'm going to put Ross Barkley on. Mustafa. Oh, Jesse Price not having a good game either. Now then, do we bring Ugarte on? What can Enes Unal do? Let's bring Paul Glatzel off. We'll put Ugarte on. Move Neres there, because he can do that. And then we'll bring on Salazar. A triple substitution. We'll see what our team's made of this year. Come on, lads. Let's get back into this. 20 minutes to go. You know, 3 very positive substitutions there. You know, we could have changed the right back, maybe a centre back as well, but we didn't. We've changed the attacking options. We've got fresh legs on. 10 minutes to go here. There's no point sitting back. There really isn't. You know, we can lose 2-1 or we can lose 4-1. It's not going to make much difference in the end. Because we will score a lot of goals this season. That's one thing that this team does, is score a lot of goals. Now here's Franco. Franco to Guerrero, I guess. Here's Dahlberg. Now to Morrow. This is why we don't go overload. Morrow, Mustafi away, De Bruyne. Salazar gets it away. Price gets it forward, but only as far as Saul. Now De Bruyne. High Saj. That was too close. That was too close. Come on. All we need is one chance on the boot of Ugarte, and it's in. Come on. Price. Salazar. Barkley. All the way back to Delgadillo now. Delgadillo gets it forward. Oh, that's forward to Santalan. Oh, for goodness sake. It's 3-1. Ah, look at this. It could have been so much more for Man City. But Santalan, lightning pace. Look at him. This is him there, I think. No, that's Dahlberg. That's Santalan. Look at this run. And look how quick he is on the ball. There's nothing you can do about that. 3-1 Man City. And we're probably going to make the prophecy true when I said 4-1, 2-1, not much difference. Oof, Saul just misses. Delgadillo gets it away. Can we get another consolation goal here and make it 3-2 on the opening day? Here's Barkley. Now Salazar. Salazar, oh, it's away. Santalan again. Look at his lightning pace. Oh. Too close. It's away. Here's Salazar. Oh, Salazar. He has been involved in quite a bit, Salazar. Maybe we'll start him next time out. Although Neres is a very good option, isn't he? Hi, Sarge. Delgadillo collects. And that is going to be full-time, I think. And that is, you know, about the start of the season that we expected. There's nothing that you can do about being away to Manchester City. You expect to lose. We did lose. They're not the games that we need to be looking at to see if we have improved this season, and do we have a chance of replicating what we did 2 years ago. Who knows? But if you have enjoyed that, make sure you do leave a like down below. It really, really does help out the channel, especially with part 1s to seasons. Likes mean a lot to me, and they really do help out the channel. So please, please, please leave that like if you have enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you would like to see more. Sorry for just whacking the mic there. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.